This is the Tree of Life, Season 1, Chapter 8. In this episode, we will be talking about non-lineal transmission of spatial territoriality outside familial lines. In past episodes, we intimated that the only way to transmit spatial territoriality intergenerationally was through pairing of two lineal lines, one of which acts as the spatial non-consensual actor, and the other which acts as the archetypal consensual actor. The idea was that the spatial non-consensual actor acquires territoriality, which is preserved or consolidated through the archetypal consensual line by archetypal assignment to offspring. In other words, territory, which is preserved intergenerationally, is redistributed through the partnering of individuals pursuant to dual roles within the family and environment. The redistribution thus occurs within families through partnering of those families. But there are a variety of arrangements that can also produce the effect of accumulation or consolidation of spatial territoriality within a family that utilize archetypal consensuality as well. To be clear, what this means is, the spatial non-consensual actor accumulates territory by inducing arousal or reactive emotionality beyond the closed social system of the family. They induce expectation matching in non-linearly related individuals by virtue of spatial proximity alone. This territoriality is then consolidated through the archetypal line by expectation matching the spatial non-consensual actor within the family and passing of archetypal assignments to offspring. But it is important to note that the offspring need not be linearly related to the spatial non-consensual actor for this to work, as these transfers are preserved by archetypal alignment and assignment, rather than lineal genetics. What this means in practice is that if the archetypal consensual line is, let's say, the mother, she can form relationships with multiple individuals, whilst consolidating and passing on the corresponding spatial territoriality of her partners to non-linearly related individuals, that is, her children, through archetypal assignment. Thus, although cooperation is required between non-linearly related individuals to produce consolidation of territoriality, such passing to offspring need not only reflect accumulation of the fitness of the lineal individuals from the perspective of the spatial non-consensual actor. In other words, both the archetypal and spatial non-consensual lines can accrue physical territoriality to the offspring, regardless of whether they are within a monogamous relation, and also regardless of whether that offspring is linearly related to both partners. This less conventional arrangement has the benefit of representing a more open style of consolidation of spatial territoriality within family lines. But it acts to the detriment of the lineal line, which is not linearly related to the offspring in question. Which is to say, it is either a form of altruism, or it is a more transactional style of intergenerational transmission. In any event, suffice it to say, there are other less conventional ways of consolidating and transmitting territoriality to offspring that do not involve lineal relationships. But these forms of transmission are largely altruistic and stretch the limits of reciprocal altruism beyond what would enhance the fitness of one of the lineal lines. That's the end of the podcast for today.